I said what I said. I meant what I meant. And I'm going to double up and double down on my podcast, The Stephen A. Smith Show. Look for it on YouTube today.
The sports world is ablaze with controversy as Stephen A. Smith launches his most provocative accusation yet, targeting Vanessa Bryant, widow of basketball legend Kobe. Smith claims she's systematically depleting Kobe's hard-earned estate while facing potential financial collapse. With documented evidence emerging, the allegations paint a troubling picture of wealth mismanagement and family estrangement. This isn't mere speculation. There are receipts, and what they reveal will fundamentally challenge your perception of this high-profile widow. At the heart of this firestorm lies an explosive family betrayal that few saw coming. To comprehend the current chaos surrounding Vanessa Bryant, we must trace back to the foundations, examining how the empire Kobe meticulously constructed is now fracturing piece by piece. The catalyst: a shocking revelation involving Vanessa's own mother, Sophia Lane, who publicly accused her daughter of abandonment mere months after Kobe's devastating helicopter crash. What Sophia claimed was nothing short of scandalous. Her daughter had rendered her homeless, the same daughter whose husband had allegedly vowed lifetime financial support for his mother-in-law. This wasn't a private family dispute whispered behind closed doors. Sophia Lane weaponized the legal system. She filed a lawsuit demanding what she believed was rightfully hers: compensation for nearly 2 decades of unpaid labor. Her demands were specific and substantial: $5 million in back wages, a house befitting her contributions, and a Mercedes SUV.
Kobe's mother is still walking. She's still with us. Vanessa Bryant, are you going to take care of Kobe's mom?
Sophia's legal argument centered on a crucial claim. She'd functioned as an unpaid personal assistant and nanny to the Bryant household for 18 years, all based on Kobe's promise of perpetual financial security. Vanessa's counterattack:
I don't hear nobody saying that. Now, you and I both know, if a black woman inherited a white man's estate and he had some old white parents, white folks would be all over the media shaming them. All over the media shaming them. But because Kobe Bryant's parents are black, Vanessa's not black, nobody's coming to his family's defense. I just hope they stand up for Kobe's mom.
Was swift and devastating. She publicly branded her own mother an extortionist, dismantling Sophia's narrative with calculated precision. According to Vanessa, her mother's role was minimal, occasional babysitting at best. And now Sophia was exploiting tragedy for financial gain. In a scathing public statement, Vanessa revealed she'd already supported her mother for 2 decades and characterized Sophia's lawsuit as absurd. She's attempting to retroactively charge me $96 per hour, claiming she worked 12-hour days for 18 consecutive years. Then came the most damaging assertion: my husband never made any such promise to my mother, but the maternal conflict didn't end there, it doubled. Simultaneously, while Vanessa battled her own mother in court, Kobe's mother, Pamela Bryant, emerged with parallel accusations. Pamela claimed complete financial abandonment after her son's death, alleging that Vanessa had severed all support for the woman who gave Kobe life. The timing is impossible to ignore. Within a single year of Kobe's tragic death, both mothers, Sophia and Pamela, accused Vanessa of financial betrayal. This pattern demanded scrutiny. Kobe's mother remains living, walking among us, which raises an unavoidable question about familial responsibility and legacy. The media descended like vultures. Social platforms erupted with debate. Stephen A. Smith directly confronted the drama on his platform, publicly questioning why no one in the NBA community was holding Vanessa accountable.
Racism is about the control of resources, opportunities, and privileges. It has nothing to do with calling black people the N-word. It has nothing to do with believing black people are inferior to you.
The most consistent voice challenging Vanessa? Dr. Umar Johnson, who injected race into the controversy with explosive claims that Vanessa was neglecting Kobe's parents due to racial prejudice, and that media complicity stemmed from her ethnicity, suggesting a black woman in the same position would face relentless public condemnation. Yet this transcends simple family drama or racial dynamics. It's fundamentally about honoring Kobe's final wishes. Multiple sources close to the family confirm a crucial detail. Kobe himself was estranged from his mother long before the fatal crash. Pamela never apologized for her betrayal, and Kobe never granted forgiveness after she attempted to auction his memorabilia without permission. In 2013, when Pamela tried selling his high school jerseys and championship rings, Kobe responded with legal action. From that moment forward, he severed both emotional and financial ties with his mother. Following Kobe's death, Pamela pivoted to Vanessa, demanding support she'd been denied for years. When Vanessa refused, the narrative underwent a complete reversal. Suddenly, Vanessa became the antagonist. The irony cuts deep. The same woman Kobe allegedly disowned his mother for mistreating now faces public vilification for honoring his documented final wishes. But one enormous question remains unanswered and troubling. If Vanessa inherited an estimated $600 million estate, how are bankruptcy accusations even possible? Examining Vanessa Bryant's financial trajectory reveals a disturbing pattern. This isn't merely a grieving widow struggling to survive. Evidence suggests someone potentially living far beyond sustainable means, ensnared in litigation, media scrutiny, and whispers of imperial collapse. Even Kobe's most devoted fans are questioning, what is Vanessa truly concealing? The most explosive allegation remains her own mother's courtroom accusations of betrayal. The pattern became undeniable. First, Pamela Bryant, then Sophia Lane. Two mothers, two lawsuits, two sets of accusations, one woman at the epicenter. Yet if you believe this represents the worst, you're mistaken. Behind the locked doors of the Bryant estate, a secret war rages, a brutal struggle over legacy, power, and wealth. And slowly, painfully, this private battle is manifesting in the most public and humiliating manner imaginable. Since Kobe's passing, Vanessa hasn't merely inherited his fortune. She controls it absolutely. And with that control has emerged a series of financial decisions triggering profound concern, legal confusion, and whispers of irreparable damage to Kobe's legacy. Damage some observers, including Dr. Umar Johnson, attribute to deeper racial dynamics. At the time of his death, Kobe Bryant's net worth reached an estimated $600 million. This included $200 million from NBA earnings alone, over $400 million from strategic investments and business interests. Most notably, his $6 million investment in Body Armor that returned approximately $400 million when Coca-Cola acquired the company. Had major brand partnerships, multiple luxury properties, vehicles, collectibles, and intellectual property assets under Granity Studios. So what happened to this vast empire? The first warning sign appeared not in headlines, but in real estate listings. In 2022, Vanessa quietly listed one of Kobe's Newport Beach properties, purchased in 2013, for sale. Real estate analysts noted the home had appreciated roughly $2 million, yet she liquidated it precisely as whispers of mounting legal fees and estate restructuring began circulating. Within 12 months, 2 additional luxury properties hit the market, including a family-owned condominium used by relatives and a sprawling California retreat. What's particularly troubling? These were homes Kobe intended to preserve for his daughters as part of his long-term estate planning. Her team maintained silence, but financial experts spoke volumes. When multiple properties are rapidly liquidated, especially by someone lacking consistent income streams, it typically indicates one thing: severe cash flow problems. An estate planning attorney told Bloomberg anonymously that Vanessa's legal battles have devastated Kobe's estate. In nearly 3 years, she's been embroiled in a wrongful death lawsuit against the helicopter company, a lawsuit against LA County Sheriff's Department over leaked crash scene photographs. She won $16 million. But legal fees consumed much of it, with remaining funds split among co-plaintiffs. 2 family lawsuits from her own mother and threatened action from Kobe's mother, and ongoing trust litigation. Even her victories proved Pyrrhic. The cost of fighting these battles was astronomical. Between attorney retainers, estate management, asset disputes, and private settlements, multiple estate advisors estimate she's burned through tens of millions in legal costs alone. Yet the spending extends far beyond courtrooms. Over the past 3 years, Vanessa has been documented, vacationing in Europe, Turks and Caicos, and Aspen, wearing custom couture gowns to award shows and celebrity galas, hosting private events featuring celebrity chefs, 5-star venues, and private security, and traveling exclusively via private jet, even for short domestic flights. No one suggests she shouldn't maintain quality of life. She lost her husband and is raising 3 daughters entitled to comfort. But here's the critical problem. She appears to be depleting the Bryant brand rather than reinvesting in it. Consider Granity Studios. Before his death, Kobe had built Granity into a content powerhouse, publishing books and negotiating with Netflix and Disney for animated adaptations. Now, the Instagram page has been dormant for over 2 years. The website lists no new projects, and former employees report the studio is essentially on hold or winding down entirely. Kobe's Mamba Sports Foundation, renamed the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation by Vanessa, has similarly slowed operations. While Vanessa still promotes the charity, tax records reveal steep year-over-year funding declines. Corporate sponsors have quietly withdrawn. The Bryant estate wasn't merely about accumulated wealth. It represented impact, legacy, and continuity. Kobe envisioned his daughters inheriting not just his fortune, but his vision. That vision is now vanishing before our eyes. Multiple insiders report that Vanessa has been consolidating Kobe's business partnerships into personal trusts under her exclusive control, effectively removing advisory boards and replacing business managers Kobe personally selected. She's reassigning power, not simply inheriting it, reveals one former Granity consultant. That's a massive red flag. Kobe had established systems, teams, layers of protection. Now it's all Vanessa. Between legal fees, property taxes and maintenance on luxury homes, private travel and security, lifestyle costs, non-diversified investments, and zero evidence of scalable new income from Kobe's brands, Experts believe Vanessa could have already depleted over $100 million since 2020. One insider claimed that unless dramatic changes occur, either major reinvestment into Kobe's business assets or the launch of sustainable brand partnerships, Vanessa could exhaust estate liquidity within a decade. According to Stephen A. Smith and numerous others, this represents tragedy incarnate, a substantial estate slowly vanishing before our eyes, dissolution in slow motion. For years, Vanessa Bryant was untouchable, the grieving widow who stood with grace before millions, eulogizing Kobe with dignity. She embodied strength, a mother holding her family together after unthinkable tragedy. The public worshipped, respected, and sympathized with her.
A sizable estate, man. A sizable estate. And I don't hear any of these NBA players saying like, listen, we're not trying to get in your business, but Kobe was our brother.
But that sympathy is evaporating. In the court of public opinion, Vanessa Bryant is no longer the victim. She's transforming into the villain. This shift didn't occur overnight. It began with whispers, comments under posts, Reddit threads, Twitter debates. But those whispers are now amplifying into a deafening roar. The social media reaction to Stephen A. Smith's viral comments was explosive. His clip dominated TikTok, accumulating millions of views, thousands of duets, and heated cross-platform arguments. For the first time, the public began questioning Vanessa rather than reflexively praising her. YouTube exposés proliferated with titles like "Vanessa Bryant is not who you think she is," "The Silent Collapse of Kobe's Empire," and "Stephen A. Smith tried to warn us," each pulling receipts, legal filings, estate documents, and interviews. The tone had fundamentally shifted. No longer sympathetic. Even legacy media pivoted. In years immediately following Kobe's death, outlets like People, ET, and Vogue praised Vanessa for strength and motherhood. Recently, that tone has cooled considerably. Forbes broke down Kobe's estate, but noticeably omitted praise for Vanessa's financial leadership. The Los Angeles Times covered her real estate sales, calling them strategic while acknowledging uncertainty about the Bryant estate's future. They weren't attacking her, but they weren't protecting her anymore either. That silence speaks volumes. Even the celebrity world is distancing itself. In 2020 and 2021, she was surrounded by A-list friends. Lala Anthony, Ciara, Kim Kardashian, Gabrielle Union. By 2023, those posts began disappearing. Red carpet appearances grew sparse. Birthday tributes ceased. Mentions dried up. Today, you'd struggle to find a single high-profile celebrity publicly defending Vanessa amid this controversy. Even LeBron James, once believed close to the Bryant family, has remained conspicuously silent about the lawsuits and estate drama. When everyone surrounding you goes quiet, it usually indicates they possess knowledge you don't. The backlash penetrated Kobe's most sacred territory, his fan base. Kobe Bryant supporters, arguably the most loyal, emotional, and protective in sports, began asking hard questions. Why has Mamba Academy's online presence virtually vanished? Why has Nike distanced itself from commemorative Kobe merchandise? Why aren't there major documentaries or books celebrating Kobe's legacy? The answer, according to insiders, Vanessa maintains full creative and legal control over everything, and she's either not prioritizing it or actively blocking it. One former ESPN producer, speaking under anonymity, revealed that a major streaming service's Kobe documentary series was delayed indefinitely after estate negotiations collapsed because Vanessa's legal team allegedly made unreasonable demands. The result? Silence again. No documentaries, no long-form tributes, no genuine public commemoration of the Mamba legacy beyond social media posts and charity merchandise. What would Kobe Bryant think witnessing all this? The lawsuits, the silence, the wealth crumbling under legal bills and lavish spending. Both mothers, his and hers, suing his widow within the same 12-month period. The fans turning, the brand fading, the trust shattered. This isn't merely scandal. It's spiritual betrayal. Kobe Bryant's legacy transcended basketball. It embodied discipline, fatherhood, mentorship, legacy, and vision. He worked harder than anyone, not just to be a champion, but to build something that would outlive him. And now that dream risks dying with him. Everything Kobe built, Granity Studios, Mamba Academy, his body armor stake, his books, his children's stories, centered on the long game. He transcended caring about celebrity status. He cared about being a father, a builder, a man of legacy. What we've witnessed since his passing doesn't reflect that vision. Kobe founded Granity to produce children's stories and animated content empowering young people, especially young girls, to believe in their own greatness. He called it a storytelling studio with a sports soul. But after his death, the heartbeat stopped. Instagram silent, projects canceled, team disbanded. Kobe's second passion was the Mamba Sports Academy, a high-performance training center emphasizing mental toughness, teamwork, and excellence. It was where he and Gianna trained together, a temple to his values. After his death, Vanessa renamed it the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation. A beautiful gesture initially. But according to public filings and first-hand reports,
The foundation has since scaled back training programs, halted expansion plans, lost corporate sponsorships, and laid off or reassigned staff. The very institution Kobe envisioned to shape the next generation of athletes has been reduced to a branding label and occasional press appearances.